Hi, I'm Darren Huang. I grew up in Taiwan and went to National Taiwan University. I also spent 7 years in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, training for Winter Olympics for speed skating. I consider myself to be friendly and outgoing. I like to stay active as much as I can. Surfing is my favorite sport. I had gone out to surf Lake Michigan in sub-freezing temperature. People often tell me I'm crazy, but I think you do crazy things for what you love, right? Besides surfing, my other passion is Apple. I watch all the WWDCs and I know all the cool hidden features for every product. I also introduce all my friends to this lovely ecosystem. My friends always tell me I'm like a walking Apple genius because I always fix their iPhones or their Macs. When I have extra time, I like to spend my time just browsing the App Store because I think a good product cannot be great without great content. And these apps are the content. I want to help Apple to publish more apps. I want to be the communication bridge between Apple and the developers to troubleshoot the developers' problem so more apps can be published and essentially make this world a better place. If that day comes, I want to be able to say, yep, I was part of it. When I was in college, I decided to do something different. So I booked a one-way ticket to Milwaukee and started my speed skating journey. I wanted to see how far I can go. At the time, no one in Taiwan has ever traveled around the world to do a sport that no Taiwanese has ever heard of. So I had to start everything from scratch. Because I was good with people and I had the heart to work harder than any other athletes. So I was lucky enough to have one of the best coaches in the world, Nancy Schweiderpeltz, to coach me. Since that, I've traveled more than 10 countries and been on 4 World Cup tours. During my competitive years, I've helped our federation, our Taiwanese Speed Skating Federation, and our speed skaters to stay connected with International Skating Union. And I've always been the national team translator while we travel to World Cups. I remember on 2016 Harbin World Cup, after the race, when all countries are trying to leave Harbin, no staff at the airport knew how to speak English. So I actually volunteered myself, just try to help with their oversized luggage and make sure no one misses their flight. Well, luckily no one did, and everyone got on their flight safely. Going to 2018 Winter Olympics in Pyeongchang, I was ranked top 37 in the world. Although missing Olympic by 1 spot, I was one of the first Taiwanese to ever reach this level of competitiveness. I proved that even growing up in a country that never snows, you can still compete in the Olympic level and possibly make a dent in this sport. I think I often dig too deep when confronted with a problem, or I spend too much effort on the detail behind a problem. For instance, I took Statistics 101 in college. Before finals, I spent triple the time than other students in class just to research the background knowledge that might not be the focus of this class. Well, although I passed this class with flying colors, I might have stressed myself a little too much because all the all-nighters I pulled. Moving forward, I'd like to be able to prioritize things better and actually stick with the schedule I made so I don't get carried away too easily. Maybe I'm innocent, but I believe what I do changes the world. I know communication and troubleshooting are my strength. So I want to use my strength to help not only people around me, but those developers who are trying to put their great ideas on App Store. I want to be the communication bridge between Apple and those developers, so more great apps can be published. That will be my future goal.